Yeah. So what was the greatest trick you did?
Eric trying to catch a chicken, or Alex trying to catch a chicken.
Yeah, or that, one or the other. I mean, they were both kind of funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like that whole day for me was absolutely hilarious. There was nothing better than that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that it actually worked.
Yeah.
That was the craziest part.
And you went and he came. I couldn't believe it because the last time we were together. Yeah, it was together. Yeah.
Huh? Oh, look at this fancy guy.
I like how that works out. Really good. I know, because you wore that last time over there, and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. It was amazing. That was. And are you guys hungry?
Oh, I think the food's coming soon.
Food should be coming quick. Oh, here it comes. Hey, thank you.
Oh wow. Oh, you got yours. Wow. That was great.
What's up? Here comes fake Wes.
Here it comes. Welcome back, everybody. So on our show, Big Trick Energy, we do these elaborate cold open magic tricks. And well, you just saw one right here. This was all one take. No camera cuts. It starts in an empty room and ends up with a bunch of people in a 5-star dining experience.
Now, to be fair, to really understand this, you really have to take everything in on that first image. The fact that there's nothing behind us, because I'll be honest, like that camera turn is a little bit slow, so your head obviously goes to, well, I mean, they just walked in on the background while the camera was turned around.
Yes.
And although it is that, it's that and more. And
you're about to like this trick so much more now when you see how we did it than when you first watched it.
Way cooler to see how it was done, this one particularly.
Definitely. Let me tell you right away, we dropped a 3,000-pound wall beside us. I'll show you.
Yeah. So what was the greatest trick you did?
Eric trying to catch a chicken.
First of all, I want to say we didn't know our audio we didn't really know our audio was going to be in this.
Yeah.
So we're just talking gibberish.
We're just like, yeah, what was the thing you did? And I was like, oh, well, that was just bizarre because you weren't even, I know, right? And it was just nothing.
Because a lot of times it's just music over the top, so we're just saying nonsense. It's great.
Or Alex.
Yeah, or that, one or the other.
We're really good at
They were
faking
both
conversation.
kind of funny, to be honest. Yeah. Like that whole day for me was absolutely hilarious. There was nothing better.
You can see right here, our camera guy, Tim Barker, he's dropped the camera on the table. Mm-hmm. Okay, now that table's a giant lazy Susan. So we actually have to shuffle the camera around ourselves, right? And that was the tricky part.
So you can see Wes doing it here in this frame right now. His left hand here, he's grabbing the table, and we got to spin that around seamlessly.
Yeah, whoever the camera's not on has to keep the camera moving at the right pace.
Yeah, because this is, remember, this is one shot, one continuous take. There are no cuts, and that's the, sometimes we have to be the cameraman.
It actually worked. Yeah. That was the craziest part.
You can see Tim getting his goggles set.
Yeah.
So good.
And you went and he came.
So you see right there, you can see the wall fall. Bam!
And you see Eric's hair just...
Yeah, we had another take where Eric was leaning back and his hair was like in the wind a lot. I liked that one more.
Yeah.
It tips the method, but at least it was something to see.
Yeah, because right now you're still tipping the method, but there's nothing to look at.
Yeah, it's not as exciting.
Yeah, but that's just, magicians versus non-magicians in post-production is kind of what happens.
That's true. But this scene right here, I'll cut to Buster Keaton, because this is exactly a Buster Keaton idea, where he's standing right where the window is and the whole wall falls.
Yeah.
That's exactly what was in Danny Garcia's mind when he was when he designed this for us. And the reason we don't have it closed in is because of you would see it fall behind Eric.
Right.
Fully enclosed. So we have to have the back open so you don't see just a wall go behind Eric's head.
Right.
But this is scary as shit because it's only, how far was it?
It was about, like, Alex, I think, was the closest because he was the fattest. Because that's what they said. Like, we were all equal distant. Like, the table was dead center. But because Alex, has a little bit more,
Yeah.
it's a little bit...
Yeah, he's a little bit thicker guy.
A little girthier.
A little girthier.
He was closer to the edge. So his head, if he sat upright, his chair was about 8 to 10 inches from that falling wall, which is terrifying. Even if you're leaning forward, you're thinking anything could go wrong. If one side, let's say, prematurely unlocks and it starts to get a wobble or something, obviously something can go wrong, so it was definitely scary. I probably had the best seat in the house. It was very far, and Eric as well.
Like, you didn't have to look at it, right? So it's a bit weird for you not knowing, but Eric had to actually not look at it, even though it's falling.
Yeah. As soon as I saw Eric's head go down, I knew that's when it was happening. And you hear these two clicks because they're locked. Like, this thing was rigged up where it was locked into place, and you hear these giant clicks, and that's when I knew it started falling. And if you notice here, on the back of that wall that fell, there are tables and chairs and candles, and everything is glued or stuck to that wall, so it comes down and it's already in place. And then we have all the extras and everything walking in from the side.
It is so much wind and force because this wall is 40 feet tall and it weighs, 3,000 pounds. It is bam! I'm amazed those tables and chairs stayed glued on like they did.
Yeah.
I thought they'd go flying.
And to go back to the Buster Keaton point, I'm really happy that we went with something that, is homage to Buster Keaton, because I think a few of our intros are in that realm of how he does videos. Buster Keaton's always had a rule, like, if the camera doesn't see it, it doesn't exist type thing.
Yeah,
and that's kind of, it's alongside the mindset of a magician when creating magic tricks. So a lot of his original stuff has been used, obviously reproduced in movies, but I'm really happy we got to do some of it.
Fuck yeah.
Last time.
See, now the walls dropped.
The
And everyone's trying to
chandelier
fill-
coming down there.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's trying to fill in around. Eric's just trying to kill time before we start spinning it because we don't want to see anybody yet.
This could have gone a little bit faster if the extras move their butts a little faster. It could have.
Yeah.
If we
People are
could
just
have.
walking in. I'm
Yeah,
like,
we could have cut a good 5 seconds there on that turn, but it was fine. It's one of those things where it gets better the second time you watch it, because the first time you're not paying attention to anything in the background.
Yeah, absolutely. Candles.
It's subtly deceiving. And this shot's just beautiful here. See, the quartet sits down right here.
Right, they get down.
Right
They sit
in time.
just in time.
So that when the camera passes them, the waitress comes in. They're already playing like they've been there for a while.
That
Beautiful.
scene is so good.
Such a beautiful shot right there.
And our camera guy's walking up a ramp to get a little higher perspective now.
Yeah, that's right. There was a ramp set up like this, so he's walking backwards up the ramp. It's really just a marvel.
And the wall you guys can see in the back right now where those two little lights are on the wall there, that wall's a good 30, 40 feet further away than our fake wall was,
Yeah.
the wall that fell,
Yeah.
right? But you don't even notice until you know.
Yeah, there's only that small piece of wall that's still there. You can see by the chandelier, that's part of the original wall that fell, but other than that, everything's we're standing
that's
on.
right. I forgot about that. Yeah, you can see at the bottom
You
where
see
we're
at the
actually
bottom,
standing on
yeah.
it. Yeah, that's fantastic.
I like how we're pretending like nothing happened, and it's really dope.
I think, honestly, I'm proud of us for doing a pretty good job of sitting there and just carrying on like no big deal.
How many takes did that take? That was
it 3 or 4 of actually dropping? Because we did a few
might have
dry
been-
runs.
might have been 3 or 4.
And then 3 or 4 with it. It was tricky because we didn't want to do it too many times because we weren't sure how long those tables and chairs would hold on. Every time it falls, it scuffs up the wall space a little bit more.
And it was a long day. I mean, those extras have been there all day preparing for this. We ran through with we had the stunt coordinators on site who were a great help, and they were making sure everything was going on with that hitch. We had people building this set, and this, if I'm not mistaken, although it was planned out for months, it was built in like a day.
It is insane. And we utilized the same warehouse for a couple of our cold opens, and they're building 2 of these huge things, one on either side of the wall at the time. Like, by the time we showed up, we're like, someone had put in 30, 40 hours trying to make this thing look good.
Yeah.
Well, someone, fucking 30 people. Impressive thing to me was how good the extras did, because that was probably one of the most choreographed, not for us, but most choreographed for the other people to just walk in and we're like, hey, we need you to sit down. And this is a huge reset. We got to drag this wall back up. And I was really surprised. We had one take where like someone knocked over some candles. I have other footage I'm going to be showing you right now from a different angle behind the scenes. You can see people knocking stuff over.
We had one where there's actually a roof panel that came off.
Oh yeah, I have that
Or
right
one of
here,
the
too.
light panels, I
Light
think.
panel things. And I'll have 360 camera. There's a 360 camera that our camera guy set up on top of the camera on the table.
This is probably gives you the best idea how absolutely dangerous this actually was. Watch this footage here. This is Tim Barker. He's a beast. Tim's been shooting Survivor, and he's used to being in the worst conditions. So
Yeah, I
he's
can't
really
believe-
the best camera guy for the job.
We're like so proud of ourselves for sitting there for this wall falling, and Tim's just crouching behind it too.
So you got a 360 cam hooked up on this
Ronin?
Yeah, on this Ronin. So there's a ramp in behind him. You can see it. to Eric.
Oh, this might be the best angle of all time right here.
Yeah, sure. So here we go. This is such a good angle.
And Tim's trying to set it down so carefully, which is good.
Eric has to get out of the way so he doesn't knock anything.
You can see my hands turning it
We're
now.
already turning it. After it gets out of mine,
Then
and now I pick up the slack here.
Yeah.
And I had to make sure, because look at the front of the camera, the Ronin like takes time. So I had to stop it prematurely so it would focus. So watch this.
Oh, you see all the tables?
Yeah.
Poof.
That's the best angle right there.
This is great. Look
Everybody
how
taking
many.
sweet time.
Oh, this is the other one that they
This is
take
the one where Eric did the magic trick. This is my favorite.
Me too.
This is the one they should have used.
There's
There's the panel on the ground that fell.
Look at how many people are working their ass off to make us look cool here.
There goes the candles.
Yeah.
Clink.
Everyone was really
Oh, look at in the background grabbing the candles,
kicking them out of the way.
kicking them out of the way. Yep.
Tim picks it up, backing up. Oh my god.
Almost perfect.
So high stress.
I think we redid that just because we didn't have candles on that table.
I think so too.
And there's up the ramp, and there you see the whole warehouse. That is gnarly. That's a cool shot.
Wow.
I'm pretty proud of getting that one done.
I'm extremely proud of getting that one done.
That was probably one of the top 3.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like adrenaline, it was number 1, I think.
Yeah. Oh, adrenaline. Yeah, probably. And just out of sheer scale of it all, I was just so impressed. Wow, they're building a real wall for us. Like, it was crazy. This is one of the ones, again, it's just so much better when you know how. Now when you watch it, you're like, holy crap.
A lot went into that. It's that was definitely a fun illusion that we did. It was one of the funner ones.
This is something I'll remember forever for sure. And I was like, as long as the hinges on that wall don't shift and it doesn't move 8 inches and crush my back.
And if
what were you saying? How does it go?
Yeah. If you're a cameraman as well out there, cinematographer, watching that first shot without the reveal, I'm sure you're scratching your head and you're like, wait a second, like what is the setup that they use to get that shot? Is that a drone? You know what I mean? Because it turns so seamlessly. But having the table itself be the Lazy Susan, which turns, is in itself a magic trick.
Yeah, and it was
an illusion there.
It gave us some high stress too, because we were like trying to. We probably shot this thing more like 8 times without dropping the wall, just because it would get to our table and we would go to move it,
and we'd catch
then we were
ourselves.
Like, oh shoot, too much, too fast. So they wouldn't drop the wall until it was perfect. And as Chris was moving it onto Eric's face, they would have to unhook and drop the wall as he was moving it, because it's going to take a second for it to go like that. So it was beautiful choreography. I'm really proud of it, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing this angle of it, because this one is just so mind blowing to me, and no one got hurt,
which is great.
Yeah.
Definitely leave a like if you want more of these videos. I mean, the network's, I guess, sending you another one if this gets 2,000 likes, I think.
Yeah, I think 2,000 likes are going to give me the next one. So we do have 10. So let's just keep the ball rolling.
Keep the likes coming in. Keep watching. Share with your friends.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I don't know how do you end these things?
You just turn the camera off.
Oh, well, thanks.
This is how we do. We don't have the rights to this song. We don't.
Please stop singing. Please stop singing.